calves are born, this is where they come. Some dairies keep their calves inside. We find that our calves do better, like in better health and stuff like that, being outside. They get less infections, they're more conditioned to the weather conditions when they go over to the calf pens instead of being in the moist environment of being inside. Some dairies have large exchange fans that allow the air to be exchanged very quickly, and they have less of a risk with larger barns. We don't have a facility like that here on our farm, so they stay outside. Girl calves are called heifers, just like this one, just like Mildred. After birth, the calves are fed colostrum for 3 days from the mom. It's a thick milk with antibodies. Boy calves are called bulls. Our dairy sends them to a feedlot in Lethbridge, so they get raised for beef. So our calves stay in hutches. These are called hutches. The babies get fed individually until they're ready to be weaned, when they go to the big sheds in the back there with all the other calves. So the supplements that we give them looks like this. It's corn and barley, there's some pellets in it. It's a molasses blend. When I get really hungry, sometimes I eat the corn pellets. We feed them milk, similar to what babies drink in babies formula. A little bit different, higher protein, higher fat. They get 2 pails, and they're fed the same amount of milk twice a day, morning and evening. So Rachel will come feed the calves right away. So this is Mildred. She is my very first baby on the farm. So I bred her mom 664. I artificially inseminated them with frozen semen out of bulls. And I bred 664, and this is my first baby that was born on the farm, and she's a heifer. So we get to keep her, and she gets to go back into the milk herd. So eventually one day I'll get to milk her. Here we are at our weaned calves. So these calves are older than probably 6 months, and here they eat a richer food until we move them over to the yearling calves. These calves have been dehorned so that it keeps the other cows safe when they're in the milking barn. They're really friendly and they like to eat your pads. These are our newly weaned calves. So these babies are usually between 12 and 15 weeks old. So they get milk usually 6 to 8 weeks after birth. And then at this point, they're put into this pen and they're fed extra pellets and good stuff to help them get the nutrition that they need to grow. These are our heifers. We raise them ourselves. We put them in here so that we can properly monitor them so that we are able to breed them back into our herd. They're bred at about 15 months of age. They give birth to a single calf, usually about 40 kilograms, so 80 to 100 pounds. Okay, so our big barn here, this is a free barn. The cows are welcome to go wherever they want. There's fans for the summertime so that the cows have adequate ventilation. This is called the feed bunk, so the cows stand here to eat. And they're here probably for 8 hours of the day. And otherwise they're laying down in their bed. It's fresh bedding, we just bedded it. And here is where the feed goes, all the way down to the end. Here we have the calves waiting to be milked. So we separate our cows into 2 batches. We milk about 140. So they don't all fit in the parlor area, so they get held out here until we're able to bring them in. So I have a few calves I want to show you. Hello, Fred. So this is Fred. When she first came into the milking barn as a heifer, I was milking her. She was really bad. She kicked the milker off a lot and she was really ornery. I used to call her stink eyes. Dairy cows are really tame. They'll pretty much let you do anything you want to them. My cows anyway. Fred and Mabel are my sweet peas. Cows spend 6 to 8 hours a day eating. They spend 6 to 8 hours a day laying down. And they spend 6 to 8 hours a day standing around. They have 4 stomachs. So, well, 4 divisions of their stomach actually. So when they eat, different compartments get used for different parts of grinding, masticating, and different kinds of things like chewing. And they chew their cud. So they chew up to 50 times a minute. Cows like Mabel have 32 teeth. We have 32 teeth as well. Cows are red-green colorblind. They can see 360 degrees around them, except right behind them. So like this, the cows can't see you when you're back here, but they can see you on all the sides. You can probably see my hands right now too. When dairy cows are at the end of their lifespan, so usually some of them milk for 10 lactations, so they can be 8, 9, 10 years old. It kind of varies as the cow goes. Some of them end up with illnesses. After they're done in the milking herds, like places like this, they go and they're used for meat. One of these animals, one of these cows weighs about 1,200 pounds, so very heavy. This type of breed is called Holstein. So they're black and white. They have black and white spots. There's many different kinds of dairy cows. Guernsey, Jerseys, Ayrshire, Milky Shorthorns. These are the most popular cows in Canada, so most widely milked. They give a high volume of milk with a smaller portion of butterfat in the milk. Mikey's gonna eat the cow now. So this cow here has a pink udder. She's treated, she has mastitis, which is an infection of the teat canal. Her milk gets discarded. We don't milk it into the line. Milk can't be kept that has antibiotics in it or any type of pharmaceuticals, so it gets dumped, and she's milked separate from the herd to ensure that the treated milk doesn't end up in the tank. This is where the cows come out. This is what the back of the barn looks like. So the cows are kept here. And then they're bundled into both sides of the parlor. So we'll go around and take a look at what it looks like when the cows are milking. So here the cows are being milked. There's gates that keep them inside the parlor, and they're air operated. So when the air is pushed, the button is pushed, the air releases the gate and the cow is able to go back into the barn to eat. This is Mildred's mom, 664. She pretty much looks nothing like Mildred. Each cow has unique spots. This is where our cows are milked. We have a double 6 parlor, so there's 6 machines on both sides. The cows stand with their butts facing us. Here we have cows on this side that are milking. It's a highly computerized system. It takes about, on average, for a cow to milk, about 5 minutes. Machines like this make it possible for farmers to milk 100 cows in an hour. So it's highly efficient for like dairies that are larger than 300. So I'm holding a scrubby. It has brushes in it, and when you push the trigger, it cleans the teat so that it's nice and clean for the milker to be able to go on the cows. So I'm going to brush a cow here for you now. Her number is 662. And now that they're clean, I'll place the milker on. The computer shows you who she is, what her average daily milk production is for a milking per day. These cows are milked twice a day. Push the green button. And the milker sucks just like a vacuum. Here you can see the milk coming into the claw, where it then goes through a meter. It's counted and recorded on the computer. It goes through the lines. It goes through the lines to the end of the parlor, where it goes through a pumping system. It's filtered in this soft filter and then comes back into the tank, where it's then cooled and kept for transport every second day. After the cows are done milking, we dip each teat with a teat dip. It helps seal the teat canal so that pathogens like bacteria don't get in and infect the teat canal, and the cow will stay healthy. Milk is stored, so it's called a refrigerated milk tank. There's meters in the inside that mix the milk up so that the milk doesn't separate from cream to milk. And milk pickup is every 2 days. And today was milk pickup day. So the milk truck driver comes and walks his hose onto the bottom, and he sucks all the milk out of the tank. Before milking the cows, you have to climb up this ladder. And you put this line on the tank. The milk is warm when it comes in here. It comes from the parlor where the cows are being milked right now. The milk goes through the processing plant where it's pasteurized, so it's heated to kill any bacteria that may be in the milk before it's made into cheese, yogurt, or ice creams.